a start like that? I mean, there are teams here, some of them are new, it's an adjustment. Some teams are back, but they have different lines up or different configurations. Like, what goes into getting a strong start like that?
Definitely figuring out the ice. It was a little tricky last night. I was getting a little frustrated. But once we got it figured out, it was good. So I think that's key to just being patient and figuring out the ice. And yeah.
What do you think has worked for you really well in these first 6 games? I mean, your hit and roll percentages are far and away above every other team. What difference does that make in a game?
I think weight control. We have really good weight control and amazing sweepers. They make a lot of shots for me. So, yeah, and a really good rock placement. We've been really good with that. And, just making it tougher on the other teams.
You seem to get off to a quick start all the time in these wins. Is that like obviously what you'd like to do, but why is it that you're getting a quicker start than these other teams? Reading the ice quicker?
Maybe that has a little bit to do with it. We're just playing relaxed and loose and just enjoying ourselves out there.
You've clinched playoff spot. Nobody's mentioned that, but not first place yet.
I guess so.
Okay, well, I'm telling you.
I haven't even looked at that
I'm
yet.
telling you.
Still have 2 big games left, so we want to keep learning and growing as a team, and and getting a hold of that draw weight.
Does it get easier and easier to kind of play fast and loose, having the past experience of winning the last 3?
I would say so. When you're just playing loose and relaxed, it kind of just all goes hand in hand, and it seems to flow well.
It's also, seems in this format, though, you can't really take your foot off the gas as you take your wins with you. So I guess you still have a lot to play for on Thursday, just in terms of your playoff future.
Yes, we definitely don't want to go into playoffs with any losses. So we're going to just come out. Alberta's playing really well, so we're definitely going to have to bring our game on Thursday.
But 2 big wins for you.
Yeah, 2 really big wins against 2 good teams, and just got to keep plugging away and try to get as many wins as we can.
I guess 5 wins. Do you feel you're almost there in terms of getting to the championship round? Do you feel you still have a little bit more work to do?
I don't even know how the format works, to be honest. I just want to get as many wins as we can, and then just see where everything kind of the dust settles.
All right. How do you feel you played over the first 6 games now for you?
Yeah, pretty well. Today wasn't our best kind of all-around day. I thought we played better in this game, but all in all, I think pretty good. But we'll just try to get a little bit sharper as the week goes on.
I guess what goes into the decision to give Mackenzie a rest, to get I call them your co-leads in, I guess, how do you come to those decisions in terms of your rotation?
Yeah, it's just always a team decision, and Emily's a career second, so we really wanted to get her in a game at second. And Mackenzie, on a 2-game day, Mackenzie hasn't swept this much in her entire life, so I think it was just nice to get a little bit of a break. So it was this day was decided in advance, just to try to kind of give everybody a break.
It seems like as a team you have really found your footing, I would say, over the past couple of games. What's been the difference there?
I think that we just really had a lot of conversations about what was going wrong and like what we could do better moving forward, which I think we just have been talking a little bit more, communicating a little bit better. Obviously, it's a big stage, so it's loud, and we're just getting used to that as well. So I think we just had some much-needed conversations about communication and just like better understanding the patches that there were. And we did that obviously against Galusha and then today against New Brunswick, I feel like.
You're dealing with all these new things from the fans and being at this big national event and having, at the Scotties, that's something that I'm sure you've dreamed of since you've been a little girl. And then on top of that, like the ice I'm hearing is somewhat tricky as well with all the changing weather conditions. Like, does that amplify things as well?
Yeah, I think so. It was definitely pretty challenging the first 2 days to get used to the different ice conditions and the patchy sections that there were. We're obviously a young, new team, so we don't have the experience that some of the teams did. So obviously it's a loss is never a loss, just a loss. It's a loss to learn. So
you talk about being here, new in the young team. It seems like now with the 3 wildcard spots, there's always this one young team or a newer team that the world isn't, or the country isn't used to get to seeing. What was your path here to kind of climb up the CTRS in order to get to the spot where we are today?
It was definitely a grind. We played a lot of games, a lot of bonspiels. We traveled a fair amount as well, and essentially you play as much as you can, try and qualify as much as you can, try and get a couple bonspiel wins, and obviously we did well, and that's why we are here today.
Megan made a heck of a last shot in 9 there to put that away. Can you talk me through that end and how that was key?
Yeah, we just wanted to try and blank that end actually going into it, but obviously with the guards and kind of all the rocks accumulating, we switched gears and we got our rocks into some really good places, and her making that shot for a 3, we were trying for the 4, but just the 3 is obviously a cherry on top. A 2 would have been nice as well, so the 3 was really just a cherry on top.
I think Team Pullman next, so you're looking forward to that one?
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice playing one of the best in Canada, so whether it goes our way or not, we're going to learn from it and look forward to playing one of the best.
So, Kayla, this was your 3rd straight win after a bit of a rocky start here. Can you just sort of explain or describe the sort of trajectory or arc your team is on right now?
Yeah, I think it took us honestly a while to learn the ice, and we got up in those first games early and then couldn't hold on to a lead. So this game we broke the up 4 curse and we seem to be shooting a lot better now that I can put the broom in the right spot.
How have you found the ice conditions so far? It seems like it's been a little bit different every day.
Yeah, it is a little bit different every day. The frost line is creeping and creeping up, I think because it's snowing, although I'm not an ice tech, so I don't really know how that all works, but I think that's why. So we're just learning how to deal with the frost a little bit more.
How's it been for you and I guess your sister? This is your first Tournament of Hearts, and what's this experience been like so far?
Oh, it's been amazing. Yeah, my sister and I, we have a bunch of family here that came. I think because it's our first one, and also because Kamloops is pretty close to Alberta. So it's been great to have a bunch of cheers in the crowd.
What do you think this experience is going to do for you going forward? I mean, you're still a young skip. What can this do for you?
Yeah, no, I think I went to U18 nationals and U20 nationals at the time, and I think every time you get to step on a national stage, you grow and learn in a different way. We don't normally get to play on arena ice, so even learning, where to put the broom down for that, how to sweep differently, all of that stuff is a learning curve that we'll take forward into next year.
Do expectations mount or get a little bit bigger now that you've kind of found this momentum?
Honestly, I think we're just still taking it one game at a time. We want a spot in the playoffs, and we know that we're going to have to do pretty good the rest of the week to get there. So one game, one end at a time. Try not to drop those ones we're up for. And that's sort of the plan.
It's tough though. I don't know if it's now the 6 rock rule or whatever, but it does feel like no lead is safe for any team out there.
I agree. It's nice when you're down, which I have been in that game, but it's also tricky when you're up. So yeah, it's way tougher. No tick rule also makes it tough. It makes defending against the steal really difficult as well.